What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Deity Old World Battle. This is actually the alternate world, so if you're wondering what the heck's going on here, it looks very different. This is the alternate one. I didn't review it in the results episode because that went on quite a lot anyway. This one might be a bit shorter, but I don't know. We're actually at turn 250, so the same time as the other game. Everything, remember, was identical at the beginning. It was, even the resources that I added in extra was the same. And this one played out remarkably different towards the end, which is quite incredible. So yeah, we'll go over it. We'll probably just have a little flick through the info addicts as well. Probably won't do as in-depth. I might do like maybe the top 5 and just try and gauge an idea of who's winning. I have a pretty solid idea for this one, which I can explain. So the main focus of this game to consider is that some of the strongest civs from the main game that we've been watching were not as strong. So Poland was still quite strong until recently. You can actually, if you can see the capital that has fallen on the screen here and been recovered is Poland. So they're not doing so well now, but Poland was doing stronger for a lot longer. You know, the Huns are still around, so Russia just wasn't as strong. They didn't break into Asia as much. The Tsar was sort of halted a little bit. I mean, they're similar, I guess, but they haven't done as much, I think. And Siam's got a bit more of the colonizing going than India. So a lot of the bigger civs from that game, the Dutch certainly haven't colonized as much in this one. We'll show you the map in a second, but I'm just trying to cover the key themes. So a lot more civs survive for longer. So I thought there would be more powerful civs. Somehow the leader in this game is more technologically advanced, and you can probably tell who that is from the minimap. But yeah, Rhodesia is doing ridiculous things. Like they are the only one who is not like weaker. Like the Jar are weaker, Russia's weaker than they are in the main game. The Netherlands are much weaker than they are in the main game. India is not as strong really. Siam's had a bit of a surge in this game, is doing better, but you know, Korea's doing better. The Congo are doing really well. So yeah, there's some that are doing well, some that don't exist. But yeah, Rhodesia is just doing ridiculous on this map. But yeah, I'll start in Europe and just work my way around so I don't miss anyone. Here's the British Isles, you know, pretty similar. You've got the Dutch. Britain doing much stronger. They control a lot. France actually won a war against the Dutch at some point. I haven't been watching it, sadly, because I've just got other things to be doing. It takes forever. Germany, not as strong. I mean, they're still fairly strong. They also seem to be winning a war against the Dutch right now. Poland's obviously been around. It has been fighting a nuclear war. I don't know if there's any signs of the radiation at the moment, but nukes were definitely used. I saw earlier, you know, some glowing orange. From both sides, but yeah, Russia's sort of big war of attrition. This broke out quite early, like turn 210 or something, so it's still going on though. Greece, yeah, they're here. They're stronger than they are in the other game. They've conquered Rome a little bit earlier, mainly. Byzantium's here, pretty similar, almost identical borders. They even had the little war with India that they had in the other game. I don't know if I guess they've come off a little better here. Persia's still hanging around, pretty small. Yeah, India's doing okay, but they're not the colonial, like Indonesian colonial in Australia. That's all gone to Siam. They've also kicked Britain, and I think someone else maybe was down here, but maybe not by the look of it. But Siam's, yeah, they've done all this colonizing. The Tsar still killed Japan and still looks pretty good. And they have plenty of planes, nuclear missiles, everything. Korea's doing better as well in this one, like not massive amounts, but they have Beijing, which is pretty useful. Mongolia's still around. I mean, they've got pretty good technology too. I see mobile SAMs. Everyone seems to be better off on technology in this world. I don't know what it is that's made everyone better at tech. It doesn't really make much sense. I guess Russia's hoarded less of the stuff, but then I don't get it. Like, the Rhodesia obviously is understandable. They're massive, why they're so far ahead of even of the Russia from the main game. But yeah, I don't really get how they're all doing so well for technology, but that's just the way it is, I guess. In terms of Africa, yeah, here's the Jar. Didn't really look over them. There's a bit more Russia. Egypt is sort of this North African nation. Carthage has definitely fallen in this one. Something big to note, Nigeria's gone. The Garamantes. Morocco was doing so well, and you can actually see they are sort of the main colonizer of South America, but Rhodesia just came over and bulldozed them and Nigeria pretty easily. So that ended that, but they were doing well. The Congo have sort of separated them. I'm sure that will come to a war at some point. And caused lots of issues with my computer and crashing, I'm sure. But yeah, Rhodesia with an absolute ton of units as well. Ethiopia's still clinging on in a corner here too. Is there any other little civs I missed out? It doesn't look like it. I don't think I missed anyone there. But here you got a bit of Congo in sort of southern South America. Again, mostly Morocco clinging on as Rhodesia come on over. Siam's made it over here. Egypt's here as well. A lot more from Egypt here. No canal cities in this one, I'm afraid. Morocco has grabbed sort of the Cuba region as well, and Florida, just like a tropical region. I mean, Caribbean, and not quite the Caribbean, but you know, nice tropical region around the Gulf of Mexico. Britain's here, just sort of dipping into the south of the US, and also up to the north now. You've got a much smaller Netherlands presence than in the main game. Congo have got a city up here, and the Jar have sort of been on the main focus of the west coast. But we'll have a look at the info addicts. Please don't crash on me. But yeah, just a heads up for the next probably next week or so of the videos. I'll keep pushing this game and the other main game as far as I can, but it'll be done in intervals, not episodes. So I'll show you like turn 300 or 275, probably 300 tomorrow so tomorrow will be like 300 for the main game, I would hope, unless it breaks. There's also going to be some bonus content thrown in there. I'm not quite ready for that just yet, but there will be some bonus sort of story content for the main battle, which I've very, very helpfully being contributed towards from some very useful and really exciting comments, and it's going to make some quite interesting episodes if you're interested in like the religion and the culture of some of the civs in the main game. Obviously, this one will not be covered, which is very, reasonable, because it is crazy the level of depth that you're going to get to see into the culture, and I'm very excited to share it. And huge thank you again to the commenter who's contributing it. Right, so let's have a look. Population, I imagine Rhodesia's winning a lot of things here. Rhodesia out in front, nowhere near as big as Russia in the other game, but the Jar are here, India, Great Britain, Russia. Crop yield, pretty similar. A bit of Siam's jumped up, India's fallen off a little bit, but there you go. I feel like Siam is the emerging nation in this world. Like they're getting stronger, all the colonies are finally, starting to pay off kind of thing. Production, Rhodesia again, then the Jar, Russia, Britain again. Britain is doing very well, surprisingly. I think it's because relative, you sometimes don't think it, but like compared to like the Netherlands, they're doing pretty well now, so I guess that's, fair enough. Siam's up here, Congo just missing out, I guess. Social policies, the Jar have got 50, 42 for Rhodesia, 36 for Poland. How are they so far ahead of these civs? Like, I get the 8 difference is big here, but the rest is ridiculous. India 33, Ethiopia up here as well. Happiness, and 211, that is absurd. So yeah, these are the civs that have died. Look, Carthage, the Garamantes, Portugal, Babylon, Burundi, obviously still alive in the other game. The Songhai still around in the other one, for now at least. The Zulu are gone, Rome is gone, Nigeria's gone, who are still around in the other one. Arabia's gone, yeah, they're gone in the other one. Japan's gone, Mali's gone, and China is gone. Pretty crazy, 20 civs remaining. Technologies-wise, there you go. So 3 civs with 80. Russia, the dominant Russia in the other game is on 75, if I think correctly at the end. Oh no, maybe they were 80 and the next one was 75. But, either way, nowhere near this kind of level. From the Jar, India, Rhodesia, all at 80. Siam then well off on 71. Korea also filling out in 70. So, you don't need to be a big civ in this world to have good technology. Obviously, Rhodesia has a lot of other advantages, and they've won every other category, but they might have won this one. I don't know if it's in order or not, but there you go. Net gold, not many left. There's 5 making money. There's me on 0, and then everyone else is losing it. Russia's making a fair bit. Britain, India, the Netherlands, and just about Egypt. Cities, Rhodesia well out in front, then it's Siam, the Jar, Russia, and Britain. Science output, Rhodesia, the Jar. I keep wanting to say the song, but it is the Jar. Massive lead for Rhodesia. India's up there as well. Russia, Great Britain, Siam, which suggests Britain and Russia will catch on that technologies menu, but cities plays a part as well. It's not as in science output is the only factor, as I'm learning. Number of cities and stuff plays a role as well. Culture output, Rhodesia leading, not so much this time, just a little bit ahead of the Jar, but then quite a huge drop off to Egypt, India, Siam. Wonders, India leads the way, then the Jar, Britain, Rhodesia, Russia. Treasury, some civs obviously saving up money, so Rhodesia losing money, doesn't matter, but yeah, doesn't mean too much. We'll ignore total faith as well. Faith gain, Rhodesia leads the way, Siam, Byzantium, Congo, the Jar. We'll look at the religions in a sec. Influence, the Jar leading the way, Rhodesia, India, Ethiopia, Russia. I probably won't look at these in the future because, they're not particularly that important. We just want to see the action, really. Rhodesia, 40, the Jar, 24. Britain, there's great works. Britain with 20, Korea and Siam, and India with 14. Feels harsh to leave them out there. Trade routes, not so important. Rhodesia and Egypt have got to 9, which no one has done in the other game. And tourism, the Jar leading the way, then Rhodesia, India, Britain, and Siam. I won't go into too much depth. If you want to pause and look in a little bit more, you're more than welcome to, but this is just supposed to be an alternate experiment to show you how different it can be. I'll probably be doing it more in the future. People seem to like the idea, so it will be coming back. So yeah, tomorrow I will aim to have an episode at turn 300 of the main game. So a big 50 turn jump, a lot will probably happen. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. There will be obviously a new Aeoni battle starting once we just run out of, like, once it stops working, we will start a new, I'll get working on the Asia one. Hopefully it can be about a week from now, because if you aren't aware, a week from now there is a new Civ 6 DLC launching, as far as I'm aware, called the New Frontier Pass. I'll be trying to get 2 series going on that, so just a heads up if you're interested. I'll be, that's when I'll find out. I'm kind of holding off on new series. You've noticed I've not started another Let's Play just yet. I'm just trying to wait till then, because then I know I want to do 2 on the day it comes out, and, I'm sure that makes sense. So I'm going to try and, I don't want to say drag this out, but, there'll be 1 episode a day. I'm not going to add anything new or start anything new, at least until then. And obviously my exam thing is kicking in pretty soon. 2 weeks from this video going out is my first exam. So I will be dropping down the time a little bit, and then once the exams are done, obviously I'll probably be ramping it right back up again, depending on what happens with, like, the lockdown stuff. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do when school is, like, finished for the summer. So obviously getting a job is not particularly easy at the moment, I don't think. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well, and as I mentioned, the main battle will be back tomorrow, 50 turns in the future, hopefully. Like I said, I don't want to promise too much just in case it does crash, but I'll try and run it as far as I possibly can this time around before things go wrong, just because it is actually working. The info addicts might start to break later on, just because for some reason it crashes sometimes when I open them. But yeah, I'll keep going with the game for as long as possible. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.